So here are examples from this course. So remember that you had to have an explosion with several layers in it, and you could have other layers here coming out of their feet. You had to have the grass, and you had to have the cracked wording inside the word explosive. Now this one's a great example for it. You also had to have the beams of light, and you had to have a gradient in the background. Now this one has a really strong line, and it would have worked much better had they not had such a strong line. Other than that, it was a great example. This one here forgot to follow the criteria. It's a beautiful image, would be great on some ad, but yeah, they forgot to read the criteria. So you lose a lot of marks if you do that. Here's another one. You see how they have the clouds over the body, really nice effect. And the other thing that's really important is how clear they are. This is an example of a clear image. Some of you gave images that were quite pixelated, and that is an issue. So, you know, like in this case here, see how its face is all kind of warped out? You have to be careful with that and make sure that you include good quality images when you do that. Things like hair. So when you do this guy's hair right here, use a soft brush and get right in there, because you know you get marks deducted unnecessarily had you not you know, done that. Here's another example. She put a double image, so, but again, a little bit of a clarity problem, and some of these lines probably would have been better if they weren't there, but again, very creatively done. Here's another one. Beautiful image here. This one was odd because, just a reminder, when I mark the images, I start at the bottom and I first look here to see what you've used, what images you've used for your project. And then I start building up the image in layers. Now, if I took this student's image and built it up, you're going to notice that at some point her image doesn't make any sense. Very hard to mark when you guys do that. So you can see that she's gone through all these layers, and that's why this part of the mark was worth so much. She goes through all these layers, and then she's got this layer here, which she put there by accident, I'm sure. I looked at it and thought, how odd. Why would she cover all that beautiful work? And then I continue to fill the images, and when I'm done, this is what the project looked like. So you could end up getting a mark with this as your final project if you weren't paying attention. So make sure that if there is a layer that isn't part of it, to delete it. So here's the rest from this class. Very creative. This is another one, really nice option, so the way they did this one. But again, another image where they probably over emphasized the glow in it. So sometimes, you know, the quality of the image, but I love the explosions on that one. This one here didn't contrast correct. So again, I contrast corrected it just to show what might happen. And this one didn't really have the light out of the explosion as much as they should have. And this student did have an amazing amount of light. So that's what you want to sort of think about. How am I going to get that amazing sense of light in the project? So all of those are option 2.